Hello everybody and welcome back. So this is day 5. We actually made it to day 5. I'm very proud of myself. I'm joking, it wasn't that hard. But jokes aside, I mean day 5, it does become easier as you go along. That's for sure, and I mean obviously that is to be expected. As with most things, the more you stick to them, the easier they become in the long run. I guess your brain just kind of like gets used to the, to the whatever you're doing, and it kind of thinks that this is the norm now. So yeah, it does become easier. I did have a few cravings in the first 3 days. I I sort of kind of like imagined other foods that were obviously more tasty, pizzas, even healthier options. Even, when I had just steak, I was like, oh, I wish there was some veggies here or some potatoes. Nothing unhealthy per se, but yeah, I definitely had cravings in the beginning. No question about it. But they're pretty much gone now, which is the good news. And yeah, I mean the diet is still very limited and very boring. I know that this is probably the same from your point of view. There is just not enough color on the plate. Like, I get it, but it is what it is. It's day 5. We have 2 days to go, 3 including today. So, couple of things today. I'm going to the gym now. On the way back, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna grab some beef jerky. I got a few prawns as well, or at least my missus went and got some prawns for me. So I think it's going to be a good day today in terms of protein intake, because the last 2 days there was a lot of fat but not a lot of protein going on, which is fine. It's what the diet is meant to be anyway, but we can definitely do some tweaks and increase the protein intake and decrease the fats. And I think the beef jerky combined with the prawns is really going to help us out with this. So today we have test. So we're gonna go to the gym, we're gonna hit test. Depending on how I feel, I might do some triceps at the end. But in my experience, it won't be necessary. Let's just say that after I do a very good chest day, because usually your triceps are being, they are being utilized. They are moving quite a lot of weight when you do dumbbell presses or barbell presses. You do end up using triceps quite a bit. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be all right. But if at the end of it I'm like, you know what, I can actually do a few tricep sets here and there, I might just throw them in. But going from experience, I don't think that would be necessary. So we'll see. But yeah, test day today. I'm heading at the gym now, so I'll see you in there. Alrighty, so we're gonna start the test day with bench press. I know, what a sucker, but it's still a very good exercise in my opinion, and it always makes me feel like a trained chest towards the end of the workout. So, I mean, the chest is sore after that. So, again, very good exercise. This is sort of like the things that you are looking when you're trying to rank which exercise is the best. So, we're going to start with that. We're going to do 4 sets. 3 sets are going to be with this weight, so 100 kilos. And then we're going to go and do a drop set for the 4th set. And that's pretty much going to be it. And then we're going to move in and we're going to do some incline presses upstairs with the dumbbells. And probably some flies at the end, some sort of a fly movement. And we'll go from there. But yeah, for now, we're going to rep that one out, see how many reps we can actually do with the weight, and go from there. So that was 9 clean reps. Not bad considering I have no carbs in my system, not bad at all. 2 more sets like that, and then it drops it. Ah, not bad. Right, so this is going to be the last set with 100, and then I'm going to do the drop set. I have to say, it's very hard to sort of put it in perspective how, if I'm stronger or weaker because of the diet. Obviously, I will probably need to do that more than just a week to come to any conclusions. But I do believe that just by a few reps high, because I mean, the first set was 9 reps, the second was 8, although the second was a lot slower. So it was the same set, really, 9 reps, in total overall, if you count tempo. So 9 reps. I think last time I did like 11 or 12 on the first set. So to go down by 2 to 3 reps, I sort of have to give that to the diet. So it's like, when you don't have any carbs in your system, it's like your performance is most definitely being affected. What I'm trying to say is if you're trying to lift very heavy or if you're trying to go to failure and you don't have any carbs in your system, it's going to be a lot more difficult than if you had carbs in your system, because obviously then you have glycogen in the muscles, blah, blah, blah. Energy is more available. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm probably going to have to pin that to the diet, the fact that I'm actually not able to do what I usually do. Still, I'm not going to say that I feel bad though. It's a weird thing, because it's like you trade off feeling bloated and a bit meh sometimes with feeling all right all the time throughout the day, but then performance is being affected. So it's like, there's no light without dark, I guess. So let's do the third one. Ha ha. Ho ho ho. Ooh. That last rep was a crunch. Right, so this is the last set. 60 kilos on the bar. Just gonna rip that one out. Ah, that was like 20. Oh, I'm funny. Hi. That's good enough. So we're gonna go upstairs. We're gonna do some dumbbell presses on an incline, target that upper chest, and then some flies, and that would be the end of today's workout. So we're gonna do some incline presses with dumbbells. Probably one of my all-time favorite exercises for growth, because obviously incline presses target the upper chest more, and ever since I started doing them, when I first started, because I didn't really used to do any incline when I started. I used to do flat bend only. But ever since I started doing incline presses, I saw my chest transform entirely. Not just in terms of size, but also from a perspective of it got stronger, like I could lift more on the flat position because I did incline quite a lot, and my upper chest got up to speed with the rest of the chest. So we're going to do incline presses now with dumbbells. The good thing with dumbbells is you can actually go very deep, because usually when you have a bar, it's like the bar will stop you around here, but with dumbbells you can literally just like go all the way down and really stretch those pecs. So 3 sets. 4th set is going to be a drop set for sure. I think I'm going to start 35. 35 sounds like a good number, because again, obviously we're looking for that slow eccentric with that deep stretch, then drive up and then obviously bring it back down. But we're looking for the quality over the quantity. Now, I know on the last set, I kind of like did 20 reps with 60 kilos and they were kind of fast, but they were proper reps. Like the depth was proper. Obviously, didn't pause at the bottom, but I just wanted to kind of like squeeze everything out of my chest at that point. And also, it's fun. I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's kind of fun to do it. So I did it. So with that being said, I'm gonna grab the 35s. I'm gonna do 3 sets. 4th set is gonna be a drop set. But before we get to that, we have to do 3 sets, don't we? So let's do the first one. 35 kilos on per hand. I'm gonna go from there. Not bad. Not bad. Another thing that I want to say when it comes to using dumbbells for incline is the bigger the dumbbell, so the heavier. I know this is going to be very controversial, but the bigger the dumbbell, the easier it becomes because of the stretch. So if the dumbbell is smaller, therefore lighter, there isn't enough of it to kind of like limit your range of motion. But when it's massive, it kind of like the dumbbell itself would limit how deep you can go. And trust me when I say this, guys, especially over a set of 9 to 12 reps, when you stop here versus here, it makes such a difference, especially over a set of 9 to 12 reps. Like it adds up so much. So when you see people doing presses and they stop here and they just do this, these are half reps. And I know that proportionately to the range of motion, this is kind of like 70% of the range of the motion, but that 70% accounts for like 50% of the whole set. Although this only accounts for like 30% of the motion, this bit here accounts for 50%, if not more. It adds up to the difficulty, and it adds up to how many reps you can do. It obviously adds up to hypertrophy, very, very good. It just translates so well to when it comes to hypertrophy. That bottom bit, it's the best thing you can do. So don't neglect it. And also when you use dumbbells, just be aware that the bigger the dumbbell, the less range of motion you have, because the dumbbell is just going to touch on your chest and then you can't move it anymore, right? So that will kind of like become the limiting factor. So the 50s, for me, I would stop around there. With the 35s, I can go this extra few inches, but it makes such a difference. It makes such a difference. Which again, I mean, look at this from this perspective, right? I have 35s and I just did 9 reps. 9 reps with 35s. How in hell does it make sense to now grab the 50s and do 6 reps when I can do 9 with the 35s? Like, that's a 15 kilo difference. That's a lot. 15 kilo an arm, by the way, so that's 30 kilo difference. So how can I do 6 reps with the 50s now? I can do more in general, but now obviously I just did an exercise and then, I just did a set here. But if I grab the 50s, I can do 6 reps. How the hell does this make sense? It's because I don't go that extra, that depth, that real good depth. I can't reach it, but that does mean that I can lift more weight for more reps because the range of motion is limited. So you can lift more weight and you can do more reps as a result. So keep that in mind when you do these sort of exercises. Definitely keep that in mind. Ah, oh, good stuff. One more. Ah, all right. That was the third one done. Gonna go back down to 25. I'll wrap that one out. Ah, righty. Drops the time. Ah, drop sets are so fun. They're not, but they're not if you don't have the energy for them. If you have the energy for them, they're kind of fun actually because you go down in weight. But yeah. Oof. 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 Ah, done. Let's go do some flies, and then that will be it up for today's workout. Right, so we're gonna do some flies. Flies that target the upper chest specifically. So we're gonna bring the. This doesn't look straight. This looks more straight now. So handles are gonna come from down below, and then we're gonna bring them up. Obviously, this is on an incline as well, just so we can target that upper part of the chest. So 3 sets, perhaps 4, we'll see. But 3 sets for sure. Let's do them, see how they look like, and go from there. Because my chest, ha, yeah, it has taken a hit today. So let's do those. Trick shot. Ah, yeah, definitely 2 more. And we'll see if we're going to do a 4th one. If we do a 4th one, it's going to be a drop set for sure. But yeah, I just wanted to say as well, my triceps. When I do chest days, I don't know if it's because I do the last day that I train is an arm day, and then I take a day off, and then I'm coming and I'm doing chest, and obviously my triceps are still not overly sore, but they are sore. So yeah, I don't know if that has to do anything with it, but it is what it is. So what I'm trying to say is I'm not going to do any triceps at the end of the workout. This is going to be purely a chest day as it's meant to be. But yeah, right, so I'll be good enough. 2 more. Ugh. Oh, cool. One more. Right, that's good enough. Hey, good sets. We're gonna wrap the workout up now. I'm gonna go head home and start cooking because I'm hungry as fuck. I think it's almost 3 o'clock here, and I haven't even touched food, let alone eat anything. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Right, so we're back in the kitchen. We can finally get some food. So I've obviously haven't eaten it. It's like 3:30 already. So I'm gonna have 380 grams worth of beef patties right there. It's around 80% lean, 20% fat, the mixture. So 380 calories, grams rather. I'm gonna put 15 grams of butter on the pan. So in total, we're gonna have 1,071 calories, 96 grams of protein, and 73.1 grams of fat. However, I'm also gonna add king prawns at the end of it. I did say about prawns and how good source for protein they are. So it's around 280 grams, but I am gonna weigh them just to make sure that this is correct. And I'm gonna give you the updated numbers in a sec. So in go the patties. There we go. And then we are gonna weight the man way. We're gonna weight our prawns. So the package says 280. 274. See? 274. So it's not 280, it's 274. That's still good enough though. Still pretty close to what the package said. You'd be surprised sometimes the difference that, whatever the package says, how much they actually weight these things. But yeah. So remember when I said that prawns are probably the best source of protein that I have ever come across? So these king prawns, they're 274 grams worth of prawns, worth of food. So 190 calories in total, 46.9 grams of protein, 0.8 grams of carbs, and 0.1 grams of fats. This is pure protein. This is as close as you can get to pure, absolute protein. And 190 calories in total for 207, 280 nearly grams of food is a fantastic source of protein. So in total, this meal is going to have 1,261 calories, 142.9 grams of protein. This is massive. And 73.3 grams of fats. This is very good stuff. Righty, so this is almost done. Well, I mean, it's done really. So we're going to take the burgers out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm just going to throw the prawns right in there. There we go. Prawns don't really need a lot of time to cook. They cook pretty quickly. So I guess that's another positive really, especially if you're hungry like I am now. So we're going to cook those and then we'll throw them in the plate and devour them. Righty, so this is it. That's the prawns. Just going to put them in the plate. I really like prawns, especially with like a good pasta, like a seafood pasta. Oh, they're so good, but as you know, I can't have anything fun in this diet, so I'm gonna have parts of it. There we go. So that's the prawns done. Again, for argument's sake, there's a little bit of butter that's left there, fat butter, whatever you want to call it, from the burgers, or it's just purely the butter that's left there. We don't consume that. That stays in the pan, and obviously it gets washed up. But yeah, still, that's the plate right there. That looks a bit more like. Oh, let me just show you then. Good lighting. That's it. That looks more like it. All right, so obviously that's quite a lot of food, a lot of protein. 142.9, 143 grams of protein in a single meal is a lot. 73 grams of fats and 1261 calories. Good stuff. I'm gonna see you when it's time for meal number 2, and yeah, we'll go from there. Right, so we are wrapping day 5. Yes, I do believe that was day 5. So a few interesting things actually happened today. So as you probably saw from the video, I only ate the 4 hamburgers and then the king prawns that went alongside with it, obviously the butter as well, and nothing else. So throughout the day, I obviously ate the 4 burgers with the butter and the king prawns, but throughout the day, I was actually chewing on around 220 grams of the beef jerky. So add that to the mix, and I was, as the day was kind of like going by, I'm like, I'm not hungry. I don't want to eat, and it's not because I have. Obviously, I had the steak, the ribeye steak that I was meant to eat today. But it was just kind of like, I really don't feel like eating. So today we had the 4 burgers, we had 15 grams of butter with them, and then the 275 grams of king prawns. We have 220 grams of the beef jerky, and then I had 50 grams of the cheese towards the end of the night. And I really didn't feel like eating all that much. So in total, so now here's the interesting thing. In total, we had 2,079 calories. Massive difference, night and day difference from what we usually have. 275 grams of protein. Now that, see, so we changed some of the more fatty choices to the king prawns. We just added those on, 280 grams of king prawns. 280 grams, 275 to be precise, had 190 calories, and it was pretty much all protein. 46.9 grams of protein for 274 grams of king prawns. King prawns is an excellent option if you're doing the carnivore diet. They're an excellent option for protein digestion as well. So if you're struggling with protein to hit your protein goals in a week, eat king prawns. You're gonna thank me for that, because it's pure protein. There's nothing else in them. There's like, in the 274 grams of king prawns, you have 0.8 grams of carbs and 0.1 grams of fat. It's pure protein. It's as close to pure protein as you can come to. So yeah, definitely give them a go. But overall, I mean, we literally stopped eating and we only consumed 2,079 calories. That's it for today. And I'm really not hungry. Like, if I was gonna have the steak, I would have been forcing myself to eat the steak after a certain part. But I'm like, I don't feel hungry. So that's definitely something to to sort of consider, to sort of say to you guys, because it's only day 5 and I'm eating 2,100 calories more or less. Now, that's not a lot. 2,100 calories, no matter which way you see it. I'm 6'4". I go to the gym 5 days a week. I walk the dog. I do stuff around the house. What else? I'm 120 kilos at the moment, so it's like 2,100 calories is really, really not enough to barely sustain me for, I could go down to, I don't know, 8% body fat with that amount of if I eat that amount of calories, like 2,000 calories a day, easily. Obviously, I'm not gonna be eating 2,000 calories every single day from now on, or at least I hope not, because what fun would that be? But I feel I'm not hungry at all. I don't feel hungry. I will say in the first 4 days I was getting those sort of cravings, really. So I was just sitting there and I was like, oh, I wish I could eat
Not even anything crazy. I wish I could eat steak with some veggies, potato chips, obviously not pre-fried, just potato chips on the air fryer with some gravy sauce. So it wasn't really that unhealthy. I wasn't craving pizzas or anything else, anything like KFC or McDonald's or whatever the fuck. I wasn't craving any of these things. I was just craving like a little bit of more vegetables, a little bit more flavor on the plate, a little bit more variety, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But overall, now I'm kind of like I'm not even craving them. They're kind of like a distant memory of something that used to be nice that I don't really care about anymore. I remember it was nice, but I know I don't want it. I could go on and on and on without eating anything other than the things that I'm eating now, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy once you start like clearing out your diet and you start doing something in specific, and you especially when you do the carnivore one, it's crazy how little you want to eat. Like I can see why this diet is effective because and for weight loss as well. I mean, obviously, if you're eating 2,100 calories for someone my size and my activity levels, with my activity levels, of course you're gonna lose weight. Like you can get very lean if you eat 2,100 calories a day. If you're my size, there's no way you can get very lean. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's gonna be it up for day 5. So tomorrow is day 5. Sorry, day 6 rather. Well, I have back tomorrow at the gym. Now, in terms of food, I'm probably gonna have eggs in the begin. The first meal of the day is gonna be eggs with some butter, and then I will have the steak tomorrow as well because it's gonna go off if I don't have it, and I have the beef jerky as well. So I guess these 3 things is gonna be all what I'm gonna be having. I might throw some cheese in with the eggs. I might throw, well, obviously, I'm going to throw butter into the eggs and the steak, but that's pretty much it, really. So I'm expecting to eat something around, I don't know, 25, 2,600. I don't know. Tomorrow I might wake up and I might be hungry. But it was an interesting day. It was a very interesting day. It's 9:30 now, and I'm really not hungry. Like, I just go to bed and wake up tomorrow, go to the gym, come back home around 2 o'clock, and then eat. But yeah, good day overall. Pretty happy with the diet so far. It's definitely becoming a lot easier now. So it's all good. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Wrap for day 5. See you tomorrow in the gym. Peace.